Hello everyone, this is Jason and welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I sit down with Martin Floreani, the founder and CEO of Rockfin. But before we begin, please take a moment, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell so you're notified whenever I upload a new video. And now, on to our show. Joining me today is Martin Floreani, CEO and founder of Rockfin. Rockfin is a blockchain-based streaming platform. Martin, thank you for joining me.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
I wanted to ask right off the bat, what does the name Rockfin mean? Like, why did you decide on that name?
Yeah, it's a great question. It's actually a personal reason. So I started actually reading. I have a son, and we started reading about different books. And of course, she's a little kid, so we would read about animals. And one of his favorite animals is an orca whale. Right. And one of the things about the orca whale is they have this big, beautiful fin, right? But in captivity, that fin wilts. And it's they're not meant to be captive. They're not meant to be bouncing balls off their noses, doing things for their captives. And so the analogy is really content creators. They need to be in the wild. They need to be not tailoring their content to algorithms. They need to not have to worry about advertisers. They have to be focused around creating great content. And that's what people want to see. And I believe that if you tailor your content for advertising, or if you tailor your content for algorithms, you don't end up really unlocking full creative energy of what you need to do. And that's, in a nutshell, why we call it Rockfin, because we want all the creators to be free and outside of SeaWorld.
Nice. Excellent. SeaWorld. In the wild, people, in the wild. So I was reading the Medium post that you wrote on the RAE token, introducing the RE token. Everyone, I'm going to link it in the description below. When you decided to create the application, the website, Rockfin, was blockchain initially a part of the conversation, or did that grow into it as you were developing?
So just for my background, I was the CEO and founder of Flow Sports. So I ran that company for 12 plus years, co-founder. And so we built it from 0 to 250 people and built it from scratch. And so when I was thinking about what I wanted to do next, it just wasn't my expertise of this direct-to-consumer subscription-based media. Like, I just felt like I had, there was something more powerful out there. And when I first read the blockchain white paper, when I first read Bitcoin white paper and started to research blockchain, I didn't even know what the power was, but I could sense it, like, in my gut. I'm like, there's something really interesting here. Right. And so really before even I developed Rockfin, I wanted to figure out what was really interesting about the blockchain and how did it apply to that direct-to-consumer subscription media. And so I kind of knew it was going to be around blockchain because I just sensed that there was something powerful, but I couldn't articulate what it was. And so I spent about 3 or 4 months just really breaking it down. And then even after we started, I broke it down even more. Like, we started in May of 2018 of just kind of forming the company and start to build things out. And I spent about 9 months just really breaking down the mechanics, why this was such a phenomenal solution. And so, yes, I knew Rockfin was going to do it because I was enthralled with the blockchain and I want to work on projects that I'm enthralled with.
Excellent. So as you probably know, we have an issue with deplatforming going on right now, where platforms like Facebook, YouTube, basically kick people off for content that they don't like. When you developed Rockfin, did any of that come into play? Like, we want to give someone an alternative platform, something that isn't as controlled as those platforms, or was it more of a we see that these people are losing their platform, so we're going to give them an alternative one?
I think it was a symptom. That's just a symptom of a larger problem. And the problem is that content creators don't have zero control of the network that they're they're uploading to, and the digital platforms have all of the control.
Right.
And that's the problem. And so digital platforms won't act as angels during the bootstrapping phase and even into the later bootstrapping phases, post bootstrapping phases. They act like angels to the community because they want to build up their network as strong as possible. And once they've built up the network, they have maximum value and maximum control. And the creators end up needing the network more than the digital platform needs any single creator. And so these creators are absolutely leveraged, and that's the problem. And they're leveraged from, that problem, but also from an economics. They're leveraged. So really that's just a symptom of a larger problem where the digital platform has complete control over the network. They get to obfuscate data. They get to hide data so that the content creators don't truly know what their full value is to the network. Right. They don't know how they're affecting lifetime value of customers, how many customers they brought in, how much value that those customers have brought to the networks, right? So there is none of those really core value that, as a business person, as what I look at and I say, hey, what is the true value that these creators are bringing? So the whole objective with Rockfin is just to get people into the same boat and have the same interests. And so was it a problem? Like I said, I just think it's a symptom of a larger problem where the digital platforms have all of the control and the people participating on the network have none and have no visibility.
Right. Well, they don't, right. And no visibility means you have no say. So for Rockfin, when a creator uploads content, does it get categorized based on what it is, or does the creator have to categorize it themselves, or is that done by the platform itself?
So just like YouTube, the creators title and put description of their content. The creators own all the content that they upload. They can pull it at any time, and so it's their IP. Once they upload it, it goes into a feed, and people are able to search by feed. So creators really go under certain feeds.
Okay.
Additionally, content creators and other people on the platform can start organizing content within stacks. So that's like-minded subjects, and so they could start to put all the interesting crypto projects together, or interesting comedian routines, or interesting, or something to do with sports, right? So they can start to organize and then distribute and package up content themselves in a unique manner. If that makes sense.
Perfect. I noticed that Rockfin it looks like it's already been optimized for mobile. Like as soon as I went to it on my phone, it just popped up perfectly centered. Was the intention to always go that route, or are you looking to maybe create an app one day, or what's?
Yes, it's built on the React framework, and so it's really geared towards mobile. Right now, it's mobile web. We will be introducing a native app here in this quarter or early next, but we're going to be introducing a native app, and mobile's got to be first and foremost.
Do you think that gives the platforms more control as opposed to mobile? Because with mobile, apps. So with apps, you have to run them through either the Apple App Store or the Google Play Store, Android, etc. And they can pretty much shut it down whenever they feel like it. So do you think going straight to the internet is the best way to do something like creating a new platform?
Yeah, it's a great point. It's something that we think about, but really for our mission is to build the world's best platform for creators to monetize their content. Okay. Absolutely. And when we know that, we're going to have great content, we're going to have great amount of customers, everyone's going to win. But a part of being able to do that is to make sure that the experience is top notch. Yeah. And people are used to consuming content through apps. So we can't just live and only live with mobile web. We want to be able to distribute an app so it's convenient for people to consume to achieve our mission, right? And so it's just one of those, it'd be nice if we didn't have to have somebody else's say, or someone didn't have the power to shut us down. But we're not looking to host. I mean, we're just looking to serve creators, and we're not. I would hope that that they don't treat us any different than a YouTube or any other platform that they have distributing their content. I don't think they will. So I think that they may in the future for somewhat odd reason, but we just got to live by day and continue to develop great products for our creators and for their customers.
Right. I mean, I guess the long game for most of the blockchain solutions out there is to just be normal. Don't look at us any differently than you look at the products that are already on the market. Right.
Yeah, and I think some of the problems with cryptos is they like to hold on to this super eccentric component that doesn't make it easy for people to consume or for people to interact with.
Right.
Or there's this really obscure economic model that comes along with it that is really hard to figure out and doesn't seem to have any basis in reality. So that would be some of the critiques of the different crypto, altcoins out there. Their only means is themselves. It doesn't really serve a larger purpose. We have to play the game of the reality of delivering a great product that people want.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Great point. And I think that's another thing that interested me about Rockfin was I actually had to look like big to see what this platform was built on.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'm glad you noticed that because we worked really hard on that. If blockchain is just a technology solution to a really big problem, and that problem is what we've called the creator's dilemma, where they keep on getting leveraged by these networks, but the only reason the networks exist is because of the content creators.
Right.
They can't seem to tap into the network surplus or the economic value, the trillions of dollars that have been generated by these digital networks. They can't tap into them because of this creator's dilemma. So we use blockchain technology to solve that creator's dilemma. The value of the network can be quantified through these Ray tokens. They quantify the value of the network, and they're able to do so through this burn and mint process. But as a consumer, you don't have to see any of that. That just happens behind the scenes. And we're distributing to content creators the value that they bring to the network, that their content brings to the network, and they themselves, through the marketing efforts, bring to the network. We distribute these tokens, or we don't distribute, the Ray ecosystem distributes it so that they automatically get them in their wallet, and then they can sell those tokens whenever they wish. So that's really the idea behind it. Those are the mechanics behind it, that burn and mint process. But it happens all in the background. For consumers, they don't give a shit.
Right.
All they care about is, can I watch this piece of content? And that's what we're focused on, streamlining that experience where all they have to do is put in the credit card to watch great content.
Well, and I agree with you 100%. The consumer really doesn't care about all that other stuff. We care because we're in the space.
Yeah.
Right? But the average person, all they want to know is, does this video play?
Yeah.
And I'm actually seeing more conversations like that where people are addressing the fact that the average person doesn't need to know how this stuff works. They just need to know that it works. Right.
Exactly.
And that's primarily where I think crypto should be moving towards, because if you make it too complicated, people are going to lose interest.
Yep. Exactly.
So yeah.
And that's what we're finding when we got, it's crazy because you got these comedians who are not necessarily the most technical people in the world, and now they're loving it.
Yeah.
They're trading their cryptos, they're doing all of that, but it was all just, hey, I'm getting compensated in this, and it was all just, oh, what, like they just one step after the other, they could see it in the background that it was happening. Their consumers have no idea that they're doing this, but it's funny to see how these comedians are now all of a sudden like these crypto experts, because they love what they're able to do with the technology and what they're able to get out of it.
And that's where we need to be. That's what we need. And I was going to ask you about that because I noticed that the content that's up on Rockfin currently is comedy, MMA, and lifestyle. Was that the was that was that on purpose, or was that just what people just started to upload when you guys
Yeah,
were
yeah, it's a little bit of chance, a little bit of everyone's particular networks kind of taking hold, and we're right now we're just in this closed alpha phase where we're just testing, we're going through, we're working out this kinks, and not any creator can come on; they have to apply, and we're like accepting creators, and as these creators come on, we're just going to see what's working, and what we found is just this massive response, and so we're getting ready to open up the product so that everybody can join and everybody can to post content, but we just want to make sure we're doing it in a really thoughtful manner. So that was just organically what's come up. But we're really interested in expanding to written. Like we think there's a big play within journalism. We think there's a big play in terms of because of the shifting landscape of how journalists have been compensated and how a lot of over the last 10 to 15 years, the commoditization of journalism, and that really has pushed good journalism out. And so we're really zeroed in on, we think there's a big opportunity around written content journalism, video journalists as well. So I think that when it's all said and done, the amount of verticals we'll have will be plenty.
going real quick to close up? When you first got into crypto blockchain technology, was it something that you jumped right into, or did it take some convincing to get you to say, okay, this is something I want to be involved with? Like, how did you feel about it when they first brought it to you?
I had just like, I do better when I sleep on things. So maybe I slept on it for like several months, kept on like reading about it, kept on looking at it and do it. But I just remember the first day I read that thing, I go, man, there's something amazing here. And reread it straight, the Bitcoin white paper, just reread it. And so, yeah, I mean, I was late to the game, definitely late to the game, but that was just because I was so submersed on what I was doing before this. And so when I really clicked, I just tried to figure out any which way to get in.
Gotcha, gotcha, gotcha. Well, Martin, I really thank you a lot for taking the time to speak with me today. Everyone, we're going to put a link to Rockfin in the description below, as well as Martin's Medium post. And Martin, if anyone wanted to find you on social media, how would they do that?
So you can follow us at the Rockfin. You can follow Ray Token at Ray Token. You can follow me at Martino Flow at Twitter. So any one of those work.
Perfect. Once again, thank you, Martin. I really appreciate you taking the time to speak with me, and I'm sure that you guys are going to have great success in the future.